very detrimental to the team. Now, I'm very thankful now in hindsight that my team were a very strong group of individuals. So they didn't let this carry on for too many days, and they decided they would get together, they actively collaborated, and they decided they needed to speak up and talk straight with me. So they discussed this behavior, they talked about how it was making them feel, how it was affecting them, and then someone came and to have the chat with me. And I remember I was sat there in the nav station, and a bad report had just come in a few minutes ago, so I wasn't in the best frame of mind to accept constructive criticism, shall we say. And she came and sat down next to me and said, "Brendan, we need to have a little talk. The crew and I have discussed this," and she laid it all out. How it was making them feel, the effect it was having, how it was not going to be a sustainable way for us to move forward. It was against the values we'd all agreed, and so on, so on, so on. And I sat there and I took this criticism, which had come completely out of left field. This was completely in my blind spot. And the minute she said it, I knew they were right. I knew absolutely I was banged to rights, clearly caught out, and I needed to change this. But it was emotional to hear. So I said, "Thank you for the feedback. I'm going to need to sort of give me a minute to process this." And so I took myself off to my bunk on board the boat. And I sat down, and this feeling of despondency and disappointment just hit me like a cannonball in the stomach. I felt so disappointed in myself. I felt ashamed. I felt like I'd let the team down, I'd let myself down. I worried that the crew would be riding home to friends and family about their manic, depressive 27-year-old skipper who just couldn't keep it together. I should have been the rock at the center of the team. And here I was, this sort of emotionally volatile skipper dragging the crew with me through the highs and lows of the day. So I beat myself up for about an hour, and then I had to turn things around and turn them around fast. So what I did is I pulled out a marker pen from next to my bunk, and I wrote myself a little slogan on the roof above my bunk so I'd see it. Every time I laid down, I wrote, "Your mood becomes their mood," as a permanent reminder to me of the mood shadow that I cast over the team. It was far greater than I thought it was, and I needed to be really mindful of that and understand the influence that I had over them. So that was a big takeaway for me in that part of the race, and I became much more mindful of it. And I would stand before you today and say, since I've been more aware of it, I would say that for the rest of the race, my mood counted for at least 50% of the mood of the crew, which is huge. And their moods affected each other, of course. Mine was slightly amplified as I was the leader.